Okay, part 5. Why is what I'm doing so important? When I came into this question, I was like, wow, I have a lot of answers. So this might end up being a series. But another reason why what I'm doing is so important is because there is a war on childhood innocence, and that impacts whether you're really, really young or you're going to college. Every place is telling children to grow up fast, hurry up, you want to be an adult, but you really don't, because once every single mail that comes in is a bill, suddenly things change. And granted, I have automatic bill, but you already know what I'm trying to say. Like when I was younger and I saw mail coming in, I used to get upset, like, why isn't my name on any mail? But now if I do have a piece of mail, I'm like, oh goodness, what did I forget? But all jokes aside, everywhere you look, there's people telling children to grow up, and not in necessarily the best way. It's like, grow up and, sell yourself, grow up and, and compromise your morals, grow up and, sell yourself short, or just anything like that. And that's not my message at all. I believe that you should be a child for as long as you possibly can. And I believe that you should be yourself. All of us were created as individuals. And as Florence Scovel Shinn says, there's a place in this world that only you can fill. So not only do I believe that we are here as individuals, I believe that there is a space that each of us needs to be doing. There's some way that we can be serving our community in only the way that we can. So I'm very big on finding out what your passion is and growing into that, finding out what makes you wonderful, what makes you feel good, what makes you unique, what makes you special, and honing in on those skills. So rather than forcing children, especially in my one-on-one consultations with the kids and the teens and the young adults, rather than trying to tell them who they should be, I figure out who they are and I create custom plans for the one-on-ones, meeting them where they are. So if I know they like writing, their activities will be centered around writing. If I know they like spelling, like the younger kids do, I know I have one student, he loves to spell and he's a little entrepreneur. So our activities and confidence building things center on that. All that to say, I am not trying to fix these children, these young people. I'm not trying to turn them into anything. I get to know who they are and help them hone those skills so that way they can grow into the fullest potential of who they actually can be. Okay. And that is super, super, super important, especially in today's society where critical thinking skills are being replaced by AI. That's not what I do here. I do use some AI. Let me not sit up here and lie. We just wanted to paint the full picture. My name is Coach Yana, and as always, I approve this message.